Do you feel the vibes?
What's up, YouTube? It's Carolina Calvin, and bear with me. I didn't do the video yesterday, but I'm deciding to do the video now. And like I said, I'm going to be completely fair. If I did this video yesterday, I don't think I've been able to, break the game down like I have been in the past, because I was fucking pissed, to say the least. But I'm going to quickly break down the game, why the Broncos won, and where the Panthers really lost the game. Just starting with some of the quarterback numbers. Peyton Manning, 13 of 23, 141 yards and a pick. He had no touchdowns. Also had a lost fumble. He didn't play well. Neither quarterback played well. Rushing, C.J. Anderson, 23 carries, 90 yards and a touchdown. A touchdown came at the end of the game, pretty much sealed the game. Manuel Sanders, receiving. Manuel Sanders probably the one standout guy. Everybody else didn't do a damn thing. He had 6 receptions, 83 yards. Only receiver to really even show up at all. Caldwell, 1 reception, 22. Owen Daniels, 1 reception, 18. And C.J. Anderson, 4 receptions, 10. And Demaryius Thomas, 1 reception, 8. Dude dropped a lot of passes. Josh Norman pretty much shut him down. Let me see. Looking at it defensively, Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware dominate this game. Especially Von Miller. He had the 2 forced fumbles that pretty much led to touchdowns. One led directly to a touchdown, a defensive touchdown, and the other led to a C.J. Anderson run. The dude, throughout most of the playoffs, was unfucking blockable. Teams couldn't block him. You watch that Patriots game, I believe he had 4.5 sacks. Chris Harris played well. Keith Talib, he started to play better later on in the game. He really made some dumb mistakes. He had 3 penalties in that first half, which essentially led to a Panthers score. I thought T.J. Ward, he made some plays. I thought the secondary played good. A lot of the Carolina Panthers receivers couldn't get open, and it forced Cam Newton to hold the ball a little bit longer. And you really can't do that against that pass rush. I don't care what team you're playing for. You really can't do that. The ball has to be gone. The pass rushers are too good. So I will give it to that whole front 7. Like I said, the secondary played good. I think overall defensive they played good, but for the best players on that defense in that game, Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware. To me, throughout most of the playoffs, those guys have been 2 of the best players up front, and you saw it in this game. Looking at the other side, Cam Newton, 18 of 41, 285 yards, and a pick. He also had 2 fumbles, both recovered by the defense. Rushing, 6 carries, 45 yards. That's Cam Newton, I'm sorry. Jonathan Stewart, 12 carries, 29 yards, and a touchdown. Fozzie Whitaker, 4 carries, 26 yards. Baum Tolbert, 4 carries, 18 yards. This dude fumbled. His first fumble, he recovered. The next one, he runs through a defender. He trucks a defender and fumbles. Dude, I wanted him out of the game. Receiving, Corey Brown, 4 receptions, 80 yards, who didn't finish the game. And he was one of the guys that was getting open and making plays. Ted Ginn, 4 receptions, 74. Another guy that started to make plays at the end. Greg Olsen, 4 receptions for 41. Greg Olsen, he disappeared. He really disappeared. I expected him to play better than this. Devin Funchess, 2 receptions for 40. Jericho Cotter, 2 receptions for 17. Of course, he had the one they called it a drop, but it should have been a catch. The ball never touches the ground. It's ridiculous. You don't even know what a catch is. And that play, because that play didn't happen, the game ended up being so different. Like, after that play, where, of course it held up as an incomplete pass, Cam Newton gets sacked, forced fumble, touchdown. And at that point, really until the end, that was the Broncos' only touchdown. Defensively, Luke Kuechly made plays. Connie Ealy, if the Panthers, he was definitely the Panthers MVP. I believe he had 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. One was recovered by Manning, and an interception. He had a one-handed interception. The dude played out of his mind. I thought the defense started to make some plays, especially on the first drive for the Broncos. The Broncos were able to move the ball. That's how they were able to get the field goal. But I think from that point, the defense played really, really well. Offense did them no favors. 4 turnovers. I'm sorry, 4 turnovers. Two of them. One of them leads to a defensive touchdown for the Broncos, and the other puts the defense in a really bad position. Thought Josh Norman played well. Outside of the hold at the end of the game, I think the way that offense was playing, they just couldn't move the ball. Like I said, Luke Kuechly was making plays. Thomas Davis made some plays despite his arm being in that shape. I thought for me that that defense, the secondary, the front seven, I thought they were making plays. They gave up some plays in the run game, but to me, they played with way more heart and play way more heart than offense. Offense. It's not to say specifically Cam. You can tell, man. It got to a point, man. He was out of it. One of the plays that really, every time I think about this game, it really fucking pisses me off. Really pisses me off. So I was just checking something. But one of the plays that pissed me off was the second fumble. Second time Cam Newton fumbled. He had a chance to dive on the ball. He dives on the ball, recovers it, because he was the one guy who had a shot at it. He dives on the ball, recovers it. They punt. The defense has played well. You still had time. The defense played well. You're only down 6. You give yourself another chance. He looks at it. He doesn't even dive on the ball. For those of you looking at this, go back and check that out. If you watched the whole entire game, it was the second time Cam Newton fumbled. They even showed that, so I'm pretty sure most people that watch the game live know this. He looked at the ball. And you had a lot of, you had the announcers like, well, they thought it could, maybe he thought it could have been an incomplete pass. Fuck that. Dive on the ball. You learned that from high school. You learned that, before high school, middle school. When you see the loose ball, no whistle, you dive on it. I don't even care if you hear a whistle. You see a loose ball like that, you dive on it. You pick the ball up. And for him to look at it and then back away, to me, if a team just gets outplayed, I'm fine with that because you just got outplayed. But for him to not give any effort on that play, and then for him to honestly really check out of the game, near the end. And I know a lot of people gonna want me to bring up the whole post game. I don't care about that, man. I really don't. I mean, he came off as a sore loser, whatever. But I just care about what happened in the game, and that one right there sticks out. That play, he gave no effort. This is a Super Bowl. Dive on the ball. The game would have been different. I wouldn't say would have been different, but could have been different. By them recovering that fumble, the game's over. Because it puts them in field goal range at least to go up 9. So they still would have been up 2 scores. You recover that punt. The defense playing good. they're the guys that've been playing good, so you give them a chance to get a stop, and you get the ball back, and you try to make something happen. So I just can't stand lack of effort, man. And you saw that offense, man. They made no adjustment. You know, the Carolina offense made no adjustments coming out, running the same crap. You saw every single hole in the offense. You know, offensive line. In fairness, I don't think throughout the playoffs, no one could block Von Miller. You know, DeMarcus Ware definitely had his moments. Those guys were unblockable, but even still, the schemes didn't change. Dumbass trick plays, and they had to play where they throw it back to get tagged in, and get those plays out of the book, man. But you know, a lot of plays, man, just boneheaded plays. They need a rhythm passing offense. You see a lot of these teams, they get into a rhythm, they keep throwing the ball, and you know that's how they get hot. They keep the defense off balance. You didn't see that. If the Panthers aren't running the ball well and not getting no deep throws down the field, they don't have a short yard, get into a rhythm offense. They don't have that. It's just throw it down the field and read option. Now, that's worked for them throughout the season, but you saw, not having a quick throw offense, rhythm offense. Guys pitching the ears back and get to Cam Newton for most of the game. His pocket presence is bad. He needs to get that dancing shit the fuck out of here and work on his pocket presence. Work on becoming a better pocket passer. All those guys need to stop doing all that fucking dancing shit. Dabbing. I don't give a fuck about all that. The guys need to go out there and, for one, GM, they need to bring some receivers in. Offensive line needs to get better. I like everything I saw from the defense. The defense is still good. As long as they can retain most of those guys, the defense is going to be fine. Offense needs to get better. Needs some more running backs. Tolbert, bum. Get him the fuck out of there. I still like Jonathan Stewart. We need another running back. Receivers, you saw when Corey Brown went down, it was bad. So we need to get some more receivers in there. Offensive line also needs some improvement. And they need to put in rhythm offense. They need to, hurry up, get some shorter throws, and you can get Cam Newton to a rhythm. I know they rely on big plays, get up early on teams, and the defense can get takeaways. But you saw that didn't work, so they need to change some things. But if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Oh, and if I didn't already say, congrats to the Broncos, Peyton Manning. You got carried through. He got carried through the playoffs, but hats off to him. It's gonna be his last game. Guys like Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware, these guys are great players. Complete respect for that team. I told people not to count them out of this game. So hats off to them and all the fans. They earned that win. It's simple as that. But all right, I'm out.